The High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Alfred State College, where within 6 months of graduating, an astonishing 99% are working or furthering their studies. At Alfred State, they stress project-based learning, where students work on real-world problems and learn how to think, not what to think. Visit alfredstate.edu.
Sports. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's how we roll. It's wins and losses, highs and lows. It's effort, respect, and dedication. The High School Sports Beat. Sports. It's who we are.
Hello everybody and welcome to the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. We begin our look at Section 5 sports this week with our opening story, brought to you by Sticky Lips Barbecue and Juke Joint. Sticky Lips Barbecue Juke Joint, New York State's largest barbecue restaurant right here in Rochester. See our menu and live music calendar at StickyLipsBBQ.com. Sticky Lips BBQ, Jefferson Road in Henrietta. There's something new going on in Greece, where the Olympia girls basketball team has a new head coach and started a new tradition, a night to celebrate first responders. Here's Paul Gottlieb.
And we'd like to pay special tribute tonight to our first responders in our community for their endless efforts in keeping our neighborhood safe.
Opening night of the 2019-20 season, the Greece Olympia girls basketball team ushered in a new era and marked the occasion by showing their appreciation for local law enforcement and rescue agencies. First Responders Night. Olympia hosted Attica on the court. In a pregame ceremony, the Spartans showed their gratitude for the local police and fire departments, as well as ambulance crews.
We're really trying to turn the program around, change the culture, stuff here at school. We were trying to think of different ways to pack the stands at different games, and we thought, what better way than to honor the people that take care of us each and every day.
It means a lot, to be honest. We've never done something like this before. I've never seen other schools do anything like it before, and to just do that before our game gets us pretty hyped up. I mean, I know a lot of them. It's just good to do it.
Officer Denny Wright.
The event honored Greece native and Rochester police officer Denny Wright, who was recently injured while in the line of duty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Officer Denny Wright.
Fallen RPD officer Manny Ortiz was also remembered.
The city police were overwhelmed with us trying to, benefit for Denny Wright, and then, obviously losing Manny Ortiz, and obviously with the background, my father's retired state police, so these guys mean a lot to me.
It means a lot. I mean, we're family friends with him. We've known the Wrights for a really long time, so it meant a lot to pay tribute to him. He deserves it, for sure.
I mean, Denny's sacrifice is so great that he's made for our community, and it's just really special to have him here with us tonight. We need to honor him every chance that we get. He's sacrificed a lot for our community, and it's really special to have him recognized, and we should do that every chance we get.
The Lady Spartans added a fitting touch to the pregame ceremony.
The girls were really excited about it. The flags was a touch we just added today. I think the crowd responded really well. The girls are ready to go. They're excited for tonight.
It just kind of, I don't know, we just heard about it tonight, to be honest with you, and we all got flags, and it was just something special. I mean, it was different, but we all liked it, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
That added a huge touch to the whole thing. So there's something very visual about the flag, such a symbol, and the idea that the girls, proudly walked in to be able to shake hands and greet them was perfect.
The ceremonies impressed Greece Police Chief Patrick Fallon.
I can't really say enough. It's a great event. Coach Jung, I've known him for a long time. He's a class act. He cares about law enforcement and the military. His father was a state trooper. He runs a first-class program here at Greece Olympia. They're doing some great things, and we expect big things out of them this year. So it's exciting to be part of it. It really is. It's nice to be part of the experience.
For Greece School Superintendent Kathy Grotman, the night represented the continued partnership between the district and local agencies.
It's incredibly important for our district. So we have made a huge effort to make more partnerships and connections with our community agencies, including our first responders. So we partner with them in a number of ways as a school district in terms of helping to teach our kids and getting them involved in programs like our Teen Academy for the Greece Police Department, and connections to our fire departments and so on. So for us to be able to then just say thank you and show some gratitude, particularly at this time of year, is pretty special.
On the court, Taylor Jung scored 7 of her game-high 21 points in the first quarter as the Lady Spartans grabbed a double-digit lead and never trailed. Grace Collins scored 11 points. Janelle Miller added 8, and Nadja Nelson had 6 points. A 57-46 win on the scoreboard and a victory for the community.
It's kind of a unique thing for a high school sports team to recognize first responders, and it was really nice. I was shocked, and they immediately said, "Yeah, absolutely, I'd love to be involved." And it was just really nice. I mean, at the end, every one of his players came up and shook our hands and said thank you. It's nice. It's nice for people to say thank you. That's all we want out of this. I mean, we love our jobs and we love protecting people, and it's nice when people say thank you.
From Greece Olympia High School, this is Paul Gotham with the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College.
Coming up next, Matt Trabold joins us for the Dunkin High School Notebook. We'll have that when the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College, returns.
When Girl Scout ingenuity meets Dunkin' coffee, you get a cup of can-do. Girl Scout cookie-inspired flavors are at Dunkin'. Try Thin Mints and Coconut Caramel today. And get a medium latte or cappuccino for $2 from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. It is time now for the High School Notebook, brought to you by Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin', and as always, we are joined by Matt Trabold. Matt, great to have you back.
Thanks for having me back.
Matt, we're going to talk about high school basketball. We're going to talk about Victor, a team that really did not have a good season last year, but so far so good for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, the Blue Devils, they haven't gotten to a sectional final since 2012, and that time they were a Cinderella 6 seed, led by Mitch Ford, but this roster clearly is much better on paper at the very least. 7-1 Connor Williams, he's part of a really big front court for them. Now, against Fairport, the game that got them to 4-0, a big win for them on the road. He wasn't able to play in that game, but that injury is not supposed to keep him out for very long. He's so nimble when he's actually able to play. He's this big offensive lineman, defensive lineman, football guy, big, powerful body, but he plays like a gazelle sometimes in the post and just kind of getting around and getting his teammates involved even with really good hands as well. And then up front as well, they got a couple 6'4 guys. The X Factor, coming over from Greece Olympia, 6'4 junior Colin James. And last year he was the most physically imposing, the biggest guy on Olympia. So he had to do a lot of stuff down low. A lot of post-production was looked at out of him. And he comes over to Victor, even gets better. Now against Fairport, he was really impressive down low, getting offensive boards, putting it back up and in. So one 6'4 guy, and then another one even younger, Phil Wugwo, 6'4 sophomore. He's even a more hyper-athletic guy, hyper-athletic freak weapon for this team. And that's just the front court. You look at the back court, Matt Caggiano is such a vocal leader out in the court. He's the senior captain. He's also leading the team in scoring right now with what he can do shooting the ball from deep. And then Chase Dickens, he is another guard for them, the other starter. And he is a guy that's obviously very well respected on a local level because you look at the BCNY state tournament this past year, this is the best players in the state, and he was on the Rochester team. This is a strong group.
Nice, very nice. I'll talk about another team that's also a good start. New leadership at Leadership Academy, but doesn't seem like things have changed too much.
I like that leadership. And yeah, just like Victor, they're a 4-0 team right now. They begin the season with that unbeaten mark through a pretty good amount of games through 2 weeks. And then, yeah, with this leadership team, what you have to look at is maybe the biggest coaching move this offseason coming into this year across all of Section 5 boys basketball was a big name locally in Reggie Simmons going from leadership, where he's been really started that program, still a pretty young program, and he goes over to Edison to take over for another big coaching name locally in Jacob Scott. But the guy that comes in for him, the new head man there for the Lions, and William Broom, I mean, the success is still there. It's still cranking out for that program. They start off, like I said, 4-0, and this team really ticks with 3 returning guys that even though you have the coaching change, they still wanted to be a big part of this team. Maurice McKinney, he was a pretty good player last year, but this year he's a star. He's the go-to guy on offense. Really eyes on the prize. You watch him in games this year. He's just got that extra gear, that extra force coming out of him as a leader, even though he's not that senior. But the elder statesman, another guard, Shamir McCullough, he's been a two-way producer on this team for 3 or 4 years now. He's been around for a long time. And then up front, Kenai Hardiman uses his springs, uses his wingspan. He has a big role in every aspect of the game for this team. They recently put 105 up on McQuaid, which is tough. The press they put on is tough. This team is pretty good.
All right, awesome. Great stuff early in the season, but always nice to know who to look out for later on. And we'll have more of the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College right after this. Coming up next, the Making the Grade nominee with Kyle O'Gara, and later, Muddies Buddies brings together a community in Brockport. We'll have that story when the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College continues.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. Hit the ground running at alfredstate.edu. I'm Kyle O'Gara.
Making the grade this week is Eastridge senior Austin Schaefer. Austin plays football for the Lancers and has been a part of the team for 3 years, with 2 of those years as a captain. Austin makes his presence on the field known, which earned him a 2018 All-County spot. In addition to dominating on the field, Austin maintains a 95% average in the classroom and is a member of the National Honor Society. Austin volunteers much of his time to help his Irondequoit community and helps with the Junior Lancers football program. This week, Austin Schaefer is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them into mtg@rocksportsnow.com. And now here's Dave with the McArdle Section 5 Spotlight.
Well, thanks, Kyle. Here are some of the athletes, teams, and coaches making news in this week's Section 5 Spotlight, brought to you by McArdle's in Fairport. Come home to McArdle's. Well, congrats to the Gates Chile hockey team on winning the Robbie Coppaway Cadet Christmas Classic Tournament with a 1-0 win over Irondequoit and 8-1 victory versus Greece in the final. Spencerport Wrestling made a statement, winning the Cheektowaga Duels, beating Hamburg, St. Joe's, Chautauqua Lake, and Niagara Wheatfield to win a big early season tournament. And finally, an update on Edison grad Daisha Fair, who is averaging over 23 points a game for the UB Bulls and was ranked 2nd in the nation in scoring. The Bulls are 7-2. Well, coming up next, connecting a student and a team together in Brockport. We'll have that story when the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College, returns.
And now to Eichel. He floated one. Score!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. Muddies Buddies was founded a decade ago with a simple promise: to improve the lives of kids touched by cancer. As part of a special 2-part look at the organization, we joined the Brockport hockey team and their buddy Leo. Sports can do a lot of things. They can inspire, they can amaze. In the case of Leo Vogt, it provides an outlet and a bond that is more important than most of us will ever know. Leo has never scored a goal. He doesn't even own a pair of skates. But he is a member of the Brockport hockey team, a connection that was made possible by Muddies Buddies, an organization that pairs kids battling cancer and other diseases with area sports teams. For Leo, it was a connection that had already been made. Well, sort of.
I was kind of surprised because I was told about it and I didn't know who the coach was, but I searched it up and he was my math teacher, so I figured that out. But it was surprising. It's very nice because I get to meet, new people, make friends, and enjoy the team. So I get to go to the games. I have a job to do. I keep track of possession time, and it's fun. A lot of nice people on the team. So
I wasn't sure at first what Leo would think, and I was hopeful that he would want to do it. They contacted me, and I told Leo about it right away, and his eyes lit up. He was super excited about it, said he wanted to do it immediately, and I was very, very happy.
That coach and math teacher is Greg Schwind, and his message for the Devils this year fits perfectly with the work that Muddies Buddies does.
My whole thought this year for our team, for us to be successful, was we before me, and I thought that kind of embodied this organization. Muddies Buddies kind of embodies that, because it's not about you. It's not about us. It's about helping this kid and bringing him into our team and putting really him before all of us.
It's been pretty special. It's been awesome. A lot of the guys have seen him around in school and have classes with him, and it's really fun to have him on the team. He comes in the locker room before games, and everyone cheers for him and gets really excited when he comes in, so it's pretty special.
Leo definitely has been embraced by the team, and when he shows up, the coach knows right away.
Leo won't always be here, like right when our guys are arriving to, especially our home games. I notice it most. But I'll be in the coach's room, which is not connected to the locker room, and all of a sudden I can hear the guys erupting, Leo! So it's pretty cool when that happens. It kind of puts things in perspective for us.
Muddies Buddies was the inspiration of John Lawrence, whose nickname was Muddy. Cancer took his life in 2008, but it didn't stop his dream of creating something special for kids going through what he had to endure. They might have Muddy in the name, but the purpose is crystal clear: to inspire and to show those children that they are loved more than they ever know. The kids who get connected through Muddies Buddies obviously get a lot out of it, and so do the teams that they become a part of. And those connections don't just last for the time they are together.
It warms your heart because you're providing an outlet, you're providing something different, something enjoyable for not only the buddy, but the kids to spend their time on, and a new friendship. And most of our connections, and we've had over 70 in the past 10 years, have lasted. You know, it's not just a connection for now, it's a lot of times it's a connection that will last forever.
This is definitely something I'll never forget. It's already been a great year so far with him around. He's always smiling, making us happy. And he's a kid I'll never forget.
Leo, he's a really good kid. When he was added to the team, I didn't know him at first, but as of right now, him and I, we've become pretty good friends, and it just means a lot to the team. He brings a good, positive attitude, and we just love having him around.
Some of them are my friends in my classes, in my grade. Some of them that are my friends, I never even knew they played hockey until now, but it's created a better connection for friends, yeah.
For Leo and his family, this connection has been a bright spot during times that can sometimes seem overwhelming, and it is something they will always cherish.
I have said to several people that this couldn't have come at a better time. So it's positive. It gives him something else to think about, other than some of the difficult things that he's gone through. The kids have been wonderful with him. It fills my heart. I won't forget how gracious they've been with him. I'm sure he won't forget it, and I think he'll make friendships that'll last a long time. Just very thankful and grateful.
For more information about Muddies Buddies, next week in part 2, we'll see Hilton Cheerleading meeting their new buddies, Sophie and Olivia.
Don't be a superhero, you just have to be.
Where are we looking? You can hold that. Yeah.
All right, everybody ready? You ready, Liv? Yeah. Everybody say Muddies Buddies.
Muddies Buddies. There you go.
Just having a lot of cheerleaders, like being kind of there for me and stuff.
6, 7, 8.
Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors, especially Alfred State College, for making the Sports Beat possible. We'd also like to thank the athletes, teams, and coaches in Section 5. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.